Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here with another Transformers Earthrise review. In this review, we take a look at Warpath Cybertron's Bluestreak. This is his Earth mode, as we got his Cybertron mode back in Siege, who was a Walmart exclusive, I believe, in the 35th anniversary line? I believe so. And we're going to move Bluestreak out of the way real quick and just take a look at his box, his packaging, his artwork, which is nice. I still like the artwork. That's one of the best things about these. I wish they just... G1 to now, I like a lot of the box art. Just pictures of that on my wall would be nice. I like how they actually have the headlights lit up. That's cool. Of course, we see the Arc back there, which will be the most rumored to be the Titan class figure for the year. And we can get your Galvatron up top, floating around, which he's supposed to be, I think, a leader class figure in Kingdom. And then we got the artwork here on the side. And your back, I like how on the back they use the Smokescreen mold, which was what was first leaked for Bluestreak. He was in the Smokescreen, the previs, the visual concept art part, and he just looks like this guy. He's got the the bumper of Smokescreen and the head sculpt of Smokescreen. Let's take a look at Bluestreak. And here is Bluestreak next to Smokescreen. Now they share a lot of similarities, of course, but there are differences between the two figures. Namely, the head sculpt is totally different. Also, the chest front of the car is different. It's there, it's bigger, whereas Bluestreak's is thinner and smaller. So we do have that. So no matter what the box art showed, the previs, the concept for Bluestreak, totally different. And he's going to go more off the Prowl mold, which is how it should be. Now, I believe Prowl is going to be just like Bluestreak with Bluestreak's head. Now, that's disappointing. Prowl needs his own distinct head. It's very different from Bluestreak. And this Bluestreak here is very much leaning towards the cartoon, or actually the very first Masterpiece Bluestreak and head sculpt. It actually looks exactly the same. It's just scaled down. We'll look at that in a moment. But otherwise, the figure is side by side. The rest of it is pretty much exactly the same. Just the head sculpts, and then the chest, the front of the car is different. The only thing I do like they did on Bluestreak here is actually painted the hubcaps on the car. That is something that's nice. It's not straight black. Gives some color, makes some things pop. So cool. They have the same weapon, the same gun, which is very much like a lot of this is very G1-esque, being the same with stuff. And beware on the guns, because Smokescreen is known to snap right here in the barrel. So just beware of that on Bluestreak as well. They also have the same shoulder cannons. So I'm guessing a third-party company eventually will make new upgrade ones, at least for Smokescreen. Check out my video. I'll link it down below, where I do use the Matrix Workshop add-ons that were made for the Generation Selects Smokescreen. They do fit on this guy, but they're kind of high. They don't fit in. They're kind of tight to get in there, but they do make it look even more G1. These kind of shoulder cannons are actually kind of close to what Bluestreak had in the cartoon. It's not exactly right, of course, but if you go by that kind of aesthetic, cartoon aesthetic, they're not exactly the same, but they're closer. But they look pretty good. We'll compare this with the Masterpiece version of Bluestreak. I know it's apples to oranges. Let's raise the camera up. Looking straight at it, you can see some similarities where they try to go for. So this is actually mimicking more of the actual G1 toy and on-screen look. The head sculpts, what I'm trying to say, are pretty much the exact same head sculpt. It's just downsized. It has the little lines on the side. The back is exactly the same as well, with the lines, everything on the back of the head. So this one screws in. This actually just pops over a ball joint. So back, you can say, this figure is hollow right here. Well, so is the MP. So people that have the hollowness, it really bugs them. They're both going to be hollow in the back of the feet. But that is just how these toys are made and how they have to transform. And here's Bluestreak next to his 35th anniversary self from Siege. You can see it's very much like the Smokescreen comparison I did in my Smokescreen video. Of course, this Bluestreak here, actually, I believe this is Matrix Workshop upgrades. If I can find out, the gun is not. The gun is what actually came with them. These up here are upgrades from Matrix Workshop. If I can find which ones they are, I'll link it down in the description below. So just check it out. If you don't see it listed, it means I couldn't find what exactly these are. I've gotten so many upgrades. These are just tabbed on him, but I believe these are Matrix Workshop upgrades. And we can test out real quick to see if they actually fit on this Bluestreak. So we'll just remove these guns, and we'll just take one. Pop it in. Yeah, they're a little big, a little beefy. Go ahead and remove the other one while we're at it. So we can get a general look here. Let's see. They're a little big, if you don't mind that. Probably more toy accurate than it is like cartoon accurate. That's how he looks with those upgrades if you want to go with that. But otherwise, comparisons, they very much based on the same kind of colors. The redskins, the blacks are in the same place, the grays and everything. The head sculpt is different. Whereas this Bluestreak actually uses the Prowl head sculpt. And this Bluestreak has this very head sculpt. It's going to be reversed in Earthrise. Next to another Transformer voiced by Casey Kasem. Here's the next to Earthrise Cliffjumper. With Siege Ironhide. And with the Autobot leader Optimus Prime. Now let's go over some articulation. You can get all the bells and whistles out of the guy. Knee bends very deep. Now you can go out to the side. Kick forward. Back not as far. You can ankle tilt him to death. Upper thigh swivel. Waist can 360 all the way around. Got bicep swivels, which are very tight. There. There we go. Elbow bends to there. Wrist swivels, of course. Shoulder joints can go up, and you can 360 around. Just got to move the doors, which are on hinges, out of the way, so you can get a little bit of the doors move here. Head, you got up, a little bit of a down, and then you can turn it all the way around 360 style. So yeah, there's one thing about the new Transformers, they do all pose very well. So the Warpath Cybertron trilogy, you get a lot of playability and display options with your Transformers, especially with the new blast effects. Now let's get to transforming Earthrise Bluestreak. Alright, to transform Bluestreak, remove his weapon from his hand if you have it in his hand. You can transform him with the shoulder cans attached. If you want to, you can remove them as well. The first thing you want to do is lift up his shoulders. It gets some tabs here that are hooked in here. It untabs that. Also, this little gray piece in here tabs into the abdomen here, so we want to just pull that up. You can see there's a tab there, which it goes into there. So it just pulls up over his head now. And that piece that tabbed in now goes and closes up the hole. Push it until it snaps into place up here. There we go. I try to be extra gentle. I don't want to break things. I'm just nervous about that kind of stuff. So we come down to the waist. You want to rotate him around 180 here. Bring this up like so. You want to take him at the arms here. Rotate the wheels to face up or towards you like this. Come down to the feet. Take these pieces here which form the heel spurs. You're going to fold those up. And you want to bring these pieces here up like this. And then you want to tab his legs together. So there's tab. Just want to peg it together. Now it's all about just collapsing the thighs down into this hole. So I just want to bring this down all the way down. Then you're going to take this and it's going to come up to this one. So you can see these little clear tabs right here. They're going to slot in right here. So we're just going to line that all up. And we want to just collapse that all in. You see how this kind of puzzle piece diamond effect's going to go right there. Now you're going to take the bottom part of his feet here and you want to collapse. These little pegs are going to go right into here. So pretty sure folding his whole upper half, his whole torso, into his legs down here. That's why they're so hollow. Make sure that came untabbed. Make sure he's tabbed in. So after getting that done, you want to take his arms, bring them in, and push them down like this. And you'll notice there's this tab here. When you close the doors, that tab's going to go in this little slot. And there's these little big tab here. It's going to go right in here. There's also a tab right here. It's going to catch behind this. So we'll go ahead and close that all up and try to show you how all that works together. And arm tabs to the door. Same on the other side. Bring that in. Fold it down. And you just want to close all that up. Line it all up. Hardest part is going to be getting the tab on the arms probably to exactly line up with the inside of the car door. I had a problem on my Smokescreen where the door will keep popping open, and what really holds it in is the tab in the arms. And he's coming undone because of that. right there. So that's my biggest complaint on Smokescreen, and it's probably gonna be my biggest complaint on this mold altogether. Is this? If you don't hook that one piece in, it's just gonna keep doing this. You also can turn the head of the robot to face the inside if you wanted to do that. I did not do that here with a Bluestreak, and I'm still fussing with this door here. Yeah, it's not going to work for me apparently. You're like, no, don't want to do it. So that's the best I got. So also you can turn his head around, face inside, so you don't have to see the peekaboo effect underneath the car. But there you go, he is transformed. Like I said, you can transform him with these attached. And if you want to put his gun back on him, you can see the big huge peg hole up here on top, and you can just peg that sucker right in there. And in doing so, pops this door right open again. So yay. Doesn't hold together as well as my Smokescreen. Earthrise Bluestreak with Siege Bluestreak. One Cybertronian, one is Earth mode. Even the Cybertronian one can pass as a concept car for Earth. Earthrise rolls excellent on my copy. Overall, I like the overall scheme. I just don't like these doors. They don't want to stay shut. Shut the car door. I wish I could. The black coming down here, that's really good. I do have some paint scratches there. And right here, I do like the large Autobot symbol. I think I like that a lot. I just don't like this door. I said stay tabbed in. I like how they actually have painted taillights in the back and everything. That translucent blue, like a light blue. So things are visible through the car. Not so bad on this. Wheels roll excellent on my copy here. Like I said, you can turn the head so you don't have to actually see the face. The blue translucent plastic here in the front is nice. Overall, it's a nice looking vehicle mode, very reminiscent of the G1 vehicle mode and everything. Here is next to the Deluxe Hubcap and Deluxe RC. So get a little bit more scale with the figure here, as him with a mini bot and him with another Deluxe character. So final thoughts on Earthrise Bluestreak and the Datsun's mold in general. I really like, they're almost like mini MPs. The detail, the look of the figure, the head sculpts, the articulation, it's like a mini MP in looks. Now, not in necessarily the quality of the plastic. The plastic is rather thin feeling on these figures. Beware of the gun, even on the chest, torso, it just feels super thin. So just beware when you're messing with the figure. Other cons on this, the doors on this mold so far on both my Smokescreen and Bluestreak, one of the doors has a hard time staying tabbed in. So just be on the lookout for that, and just try to make sure you tab everything in together. Otherwise, they look really good. They have good, good paint applications. There are paint scratches, but that's going to happen sometimes when things are packaged. But the paint otherwise is applied well. Bluestreak, Smokescreen, Prowl, always some of my favorite Transformers. Really love to have these in a good MP look or cartoon look at an affordable price. I know 20 bucks is still expensive for a deluxe Transformer, but these guys I think are worth every penny of that. It's a lot cheaper than spending $80 to $100 on the MP. I'd say Bluestreak is a definite pickup. If you never got the Siege mold, get the Earthrise mold for these guys. So again, I just hate buying the same characters in the very next line of a trilogy. So in Siege, I had to buy all three Datsuns. I didn't have to, but I did. Then Earthrise, they're coming out all again, and now with Barricade showing up, so we're getting him as well. I was content to leave him in the other. And his cop car scheme, it looks pretty dang cool, and I actually really want that. But I'm thinking maybe this Toy Hacks could fix my other one. I hate to keep buying the same characters over and over and over again. Anyway, Hasbro's got to do something right to make me want to keep buying over and over again. Anyway, with Kingdom, we're going to get some Beast Wars, so maybe that will help liven everything up and switch it away from always being pretty much Generation 1 Transformers. Until the next one, peace out.